Good evening. Welcome back to my no-name channel, and I'm Bruce, and this is another Bali COVID-19 update for October 20th, 2020. And it's been about 9 days since my last one. Why? Well, I've been doing some other videos. You can see some Singaraja snippets, walking tours, and well, to tell you the truth, not much has been happening. And so today's pretty short. We're going to talk about the numbers as usual. The story of the second airport. This is in the news again, and it has some relevancy both to COVID-19 and of course to us up here in the north. And then stormy weather, and so more environmental woes that the government is warning us about. I remember last time it was earthquakes and tsunamis, and now it's something else. And finally, in this short version today, stay home. The government's asking people to stay home for the upcoming holidays. Okay, and so let's get started. What are the numbers like? Good news for the numbers. So numbers have been trending downward, okay, which is positive. Yesterday, plus 75 new cases, all local transmissions, all people living in Bali. Total of 10,955 positive cases. It's amazing we got it. Remember when we had none? And 9,788 recoveries. So recovery numbers have gone way up. Good. 353 deaths. And the number of active cases, 806. It was just a few weeks ago we were up over 1,000, and we've been over 1,000 for quite a while. So good news is happening here. It's nice to see that. Where are the cases this week? The top three were yesterday. Badung 27, Gianyar 18, and Denpasar 18. And so, what does this mean for us? Well, I don't know. There's still, tourism is still closed, but we're getting close to the end of the month, and then November comes, and of course the Christmas, New Year holiday time, which is a high season in Bali, and so the government said they're not going to open until next year. But you remember, I've been saying for a while, they may, if things are trending down, maybe they will decide to open up for the Christmas, New Year high season. I don't know. Schools still closed. My granddaughter's still doing online schooling. Not real happy about that. And in Singaraja, things are going on as normal. If you saw my video the other day, you saw some people wear masks. Most people are wearing masks, not always completely. And there was a comment about my granddaughter not having a mask on. She does when we leave the house. Then she takes it off when she's going to eat something. And then, yeah, it's a constant struggle to get her to put her mask back on again, and for me to remember to do it. And yes, I've been asked, do you wear a mask? I always wear a mask when I go out. It's the law. I do it. And so, that's the numbers. Good news. Let's think positive. North Bali Airport, again. Okay, so the second airport in North Bali, this has been talked about for, God, I don't know how long, 20 years? And where it's going to be, and why we need it. And so it was decided last year, 2 years ago. It was going to be in Kubutambahan, okay, over that way. Well, I'm pointing to the east, so Kubutambahan over there. And there was a plan that they were going to make a kind of an artificial area for it, heading out to the sea. And that was going to be, I think, a Canadian firm. And then there was, well, we've got land here. And there was a lot of land buying that was going up by people that had money and allegedly were well connected, from my sources who were and are living in the area. And there were just too many land issues. There was issue where you're going to find it. We have to take down temples if you're going to build it here. This village has this land here. That village had that land. They were never able to come up with anything. There were stories that, well, they've already started digging. The project is underway. Well, that's out. Kubutambahan is out, and the new site is in a village called Sumberklampok, and it's in the Gerokgak area. It's okay. It's a village I've never heard of. Gerokgak area is nice. It's a ways from here. That's nice, farther away than the airport in Kubutambahan. Now, what's the problem here? Because there is a problem. Same thing, land. Now, if you've been here for a long time, you know land is an issue. I've mentioned this before. It's an issue with locals. It's an issue with foreigners. It's an issue with the government. And so there's a land issue. Now, this land issue has been going on for quite a while, apparently, in this village. And it's involves some 600 hectares. And I'm not going to go through the long, complicated story with this land. If you really want to read about it, there's links below. But this land issue has not been decided yet. So there's companies involved, and there's private people, the residents involved, and so they were called to the governor's office to discuss what they thought was the land issue, that was going to be decided because they had been told by the governor, apparently, that the land was going to be divided 70 for the local people, 70% for the local people, 30% for the government. And so they went to this meeting, and they were surprised to learn, according to reports below, that the meeting was to inform them that an airport was going to be built there. They said, oh, and when they went in, according to one story, and there's a couple of stories here, a couple of news reports on this. According to one, they were told that they were not allowed to bring in their hand phones to record the meeting with the governor. And so they were informed that the airport was going to be built there, and they said, look, the land issue hasn't even been settled yet. How can you build an airport here? We still have the land. That's the important thing for us. And some surveyors showed up there, and they chased them off. And so at this point, according to the Indonesian Transport Minister, Budi Samadi, the airport will be finished by 2023, and it's going to be started in 2021. However, the head of the Bali Transportation Agency, Gede Wayan Samsi, said that he has been waiting for an okay from the central government before they go ahead. But the villagers are still rejecting the airport, and he said if they continue to reject the airport, then we're going to have to find another site. A local from the village said that they will accept the airport project if the governor agrees to the 70-30 split, which I told you about. And Well, nothing's been decided at this point. Things are still up in the air. The story is it's going to start 2021 according to the government. According to local people, it's not going to start until the land issues are solved. Now, there's other issues. Do we need an airport up here? We've got the COVID-19. We haven't had any tourists here since, what, April? Other than those people that have never went home. Do we need another airport at this time? It's going to spend all this money? Because there are other projects that could be done with this money that would put people to work, more sustainable. We're going to get an airport here for what? According to a lot of the experts, the travel experts around the world, it's going to be a few years before travel gets back to its old numbers, if it does, in international tourism. So why the rush to build the airport suddenly? According to one article, a lot of people really want the airport here. I don't know anybody that does. Frankly, I don't. What's the airport going to bring us? It'll bring some work, and that's great. But there are other ways that we could develop this. It looks like the government's going back on this after saying we're gonna get out of stressing tourism so much. Yeah, let's stress tourism again. Let's get another airport. Let's bring in more people. Planning is not a strong point here. One of the issues with the airport here is traffic, crime, more people. This is one of the beautiful things about North Bali is it's still in many places a traditional region. Some of the areas have been ruined with some overdevelopment trying to turn Lovina into North Kuta, but by and large, still lots of beautiful area here. The Lovina area is, I don't know. Some people like it. I think the thing is, the idea was we're going to bring more tourists up north and spread the money out so that the economy in Buleleng improves. That's a great idea. Really want to see the economy in Buleleng improve. Maybe my children will all stay here and work if there's jobs instead of moving down south. But it just at this point it doesn't seem to make any sense to build the airport. So that's where we are. Now, the way things go here, it could be another 10 years. I may be long in my grave by the time they get the airport built here. So we'll see. I guess the other thing I was going to say was tourists come up, they're going to land in North Bali, and then are they going to stay here? North Bali is for a certain type of tourist. We don't have waves. There's not a huge nightlife scene. There is some nightlife, but nothing like down in the south. This is not Instagrammers Central, Influencer Central. So just having an airport here doesn't mean people are going to want to stay here. I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. Okay. Stormy weather ahead. Okay, so I talked last time about the earthquakes and the tsunamis. And so now President Jokowi is warning of rough weather ahead based on data supplied by the climatological, meteorological, and geophysics agency. And according to President Jokowi, total rain accumulation in 2020, and we only have less than 2.5 months left, could be 20 to 40% more than the 2019 totals. So that's a lot. He said this is due to the La Nina effect, La Nina time, and the most severe effects are expected to be in November and December, although that can vary throughout Indonesia because we have different weather patterns in Indonesia. When it's rainy in one part of Indonesia, it's actually dry in another part. So, President Jokowi said, I hope everyone will prepare and be ready for any hydrometeorological disasters. Okay, more disaster news. Well, we know that when the rainy season comes here, we get landslides, we get floodings, we do get deaths. The roads get wiped out regularly up in the mountain, in the Bedugal area. There are a lot of landslides and flooding in the low areas. We get flooding here, high seas. We've had water in our living room in the other house. We found an octopus in there one time. It was great. Let's hope that our stormy weather is not too stormy. And I'm going to end with one more thing today. This is short. Stay home. So with holidays coming up next week, it's the Prophet Muhammad's birthday, Maulud. That's the October 29th, so there's a long holiday, October 28th to October 30th. And the Home Minister has said that he's encouraging the public to stay home. Do not travel to visit your family members in other parts of Indonesia. Stay home for the holidays because they're afraid of a spike in COVID-19 cases. And he noted that based on previous experience, long weekends usually entail high mobility, potentially triggering COVID-19 transmission. And he suggested that regional administrators reapply similar protocols such as those that were in effect during the Eid al-Fitr holidays, which was to keep people from traveling, to put a ban on traveling in a lot of places. And so, we've got this holiday, and there will be some people traveling. So if you don't need to travel, according to the government, stay home and enjoy a few restful days off. And that's it. I hope that you're safe. If you want to come to Bali, still not open, although, as I said before, there are spousal issues. If you're separated from your family, they are issuing visas for those people, and there have been these B211 business visas, but there's been some chatter on social media that some people that have gotten those, they've gotten here and they've been refused entry. Now, that's not confirmed. So if you are thinking of going that route, you want to keep track of social media and see what's happening to make sure that you don't get into a situation where you go through the whole process and find out you can't get in. So let's think positive today. And numbers are down. Let's hope they stay down, and maybe get some openings for Christmas time and get the schools back open. Okay. Thanks for visiting. For any comments that you have within the realm of politeness, please. And stay safe. Be kind to someone. See you next time.